Welcome back, everyone, to day 9 of my 30-day Marvel movie review challenge. Today we're looking at Thor, The Dark World, released in 2013. His second solo outing for the God of Thunder? Let's be honest, this movie doesn't have the best reputation among MCU fans, often labeled as one of the weakest entries in the franchise. But does it deserve all the criticism? Let's break it down. In Thor the Dark World, the Nine Realms are threatened by an ancient race of dark elves led by Malekith, played by Christopher Eccleston, who seeks to harness the power of the Aether, a weaponized Infinity Stone, later revealed to be the Reality Stone. Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth, teams up with Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston, to stop Malekith's plan to plunge the universe into eternal darkness. Meanwhile, Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman, becomes infected by the Aether, making her a target for Malekith. The film takes us from Asgard to Earth and beyond, culminating in a battle that warps the laws of physics as Thor and Malekith fight across dimensions. Let's talk about the key players. Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth. Thor continues to grow as a hero, balancing his duties as Asgard's protector with his personal feelings for Jane. Hemsworth brings charm and gravitas to the role, but the script doesn't give him as much depth in the other films. Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston. Loki steals the show once again. After his defeat in the Avengers, Loki is imprisoned in Asgard, but his complicated relationship with Thor and his mother Frigga adds emotional weight to the story. His mischievous nature and unexpected moments of vulnerability are the highlights of the movie. Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman. Jane plays a central role due to her connection to the Aether, but her character often feels like a plot device rather than a fully realized person. While Natalie Portman does her best, the script doesn't give her much to work with. Malekith, played by Christopher Eccleston. Unfortunately, Malekith is one of the most forgettable villains in the MCU. Despite Christopher Eccleston's talent, the character is one-dimensional, with generic motivations and little personality. Frigga, played by Reen Russo. Think maybe connected to the directors of Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. Frigga gets a standout moment in this film, showcasing her strength and love for her family. Her death is one of the movie's most emotional scenes, and serves as a catalyst for Thor and Loki's uneasy alliance. Darcy, played by Kate Dennings, and Eric Selvig, played by Stellan Skarsgård. Darcy provides comic relief, while Selvig is still recovering from being mind-controlled in the Avengers. Their subplots are fun, but they don't add much to the main story. The film delivers stunning visuals, especially when it comes to Asgard. The production, design of the realms, and the sweeping shot of Asgard are beautiful, giving the film a grand, epic feel. The action sequences are solid, but not particularly memorable. The final battle in Greenwich, where Thor and Malekith fight while jumping between dimensions, is visually creative, but lacks emotional stakes. The earlier battles, such as the attack on Asgard, are exciting, but feel a bit hollow. Thor the Dark World touches on themes of loss, family, and sacrifice. Thor and Loki's complicated relationship is at the heart of the movie, with their shared grief over Frigga's death adding emotional depth. However, the film struggles to balance its tone. It tries to juggle epic stakes, heartfelt moments, and comedic beats, but the humor often undercuts the drama, making it hard to take the story seriously. While the movie has its moments, it's often criticized for being formulaic and forgettable. Malekith's lack of development is a major flaw. He never feels like a real threat, which weakens overall stakes. The pacing is uneven, with some parts dragging, and the humor, while fun in places, can feel out of place. The Aether as an Infinity Stone isn't given much explanation or importance here, but which makes it more just like another MacGuffin, rather than a vital piece of the MCU's larger puzzle. Even though Thor the Dark World is often considered as a weaker MCU entry, it still has some importance in the larger narrative. The Aether is revealed to be an Infinity Stone, which ties into Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. The film also furthers Thor and Loki's relationship, which remains one of the MCU's most compelling dynamics. Loki's death and eventual return as Odin in disguise set up intriguing threads for future films. Thor: The Dark World is far from my favorite MCU movie, but it's not without its merits. Tom Hiddleston's Loki elevates every scene he's in, and the visuals are gorgeous. However, the lackluster villain and uneven tone make it hard to love. It feels more like a filler episode than a pivotal chapter in the MCU. That said, the movie does pave the way for Thor's more comedic and dynamic turn in Thor: Ragnarok, so it's an important stepping stone in the franchise's evolution. So, is Thor: The Dark World as bad as people say? Not quite, but it has its flaws. But there are still some great moments, especially for fans of Loki. Tomorrow we're moving on to Captain America: The Winter Soldier, released in 2014, which is a whole different level of Marvel excellence. Don't miss that one. What are your thoughts on Thor: The Dark World? Are you a defender of this movie, or does it fall near the bottom of your MCU rankings? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for joining me for day 9 of this Marvel journey. If you've been enjoying this series, make sure to like, subscribe, and make that bell ring for more. I'll see you tomorrow for day 10, where we dive into one of the best MCU films, The Winter Soldier. Until then, stay super and keep watching Marvel.